What up, YouTube? It's your boy RDS, and let's go. Game of Thrones. Great joy. I'm gonna have to hold this while I check out this Season 8 final table read. I have never seen this, but I heard that it's sad in a way, and you also get to see how some of the characters react to the table read once they find out what's gonna happen to their characters. And I heard it was one particular character that was not happy. So I'm very curious to see how this turns out. And like I say, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. That's why I got so much Game of Thrones merchandise back here. And along with Stranger Things, and then my horror collection. So without further ado, everybody, let's jump into this table read reaction.
Get the script. They've had them 3 days. I don't know who has just read their parts and who's had the full things, but they've had a little time with them.
But for some of them, it might be the first time they realise that they died. I know Kit hasn't read his.
Yeah, if they've not read them, or because we've given them to them. It's up to them if they want to read them before coming in.
Look at them, they all hanging out.
Is this reading a sucker bomb?
I'm guessing that's the first table read.
This is strange. We remember hoping against all hope that we would get our first table read for the first season, and here we are at the last one, and it really is. It's like looking around a table and seeing your family, you know, except that we all get along. We all...
Exterior Winterfell wall. The battle for Winterfell begins, heavily adapted, believe it or not, for read-through purposes. The Night King turns and sees Jon coming for him. Is this going to be an epic fight? No. The Night King raises his arms slowly. Jon knows what that means. The dead begin to rise. Jorah the Andal battles on. He has been slashed and stabbed, pummeled and pierced, but somehow he keeps fighting. Whites plunge their knives into him. He takes more punishment than Hodor took at the door, than Beric took in the Great Hall, and still somehow Jorah stands and defends his queen. Dany tries to rouse Jorah, but he is gone. Exterior Godswood, the Night King walks with methodical, terrifying calm. He stops before Bran and raises his sword to strike, but something is hurtling toward him out of the darkness. Arya. She vaults off a pile of dead whites, leaps at the Night King, and she plunges the dagger up through the Night King's armor. The Night King shatters. Wildlings and Northerners have gathered around Jon.
I saw him riding that thing.
We all did.
No. I saw him riding that thing.
That's right. You saw it.
I did.
You did.
That's why we all agreed to follow him.
Dragonstone Beach, night. Grey Worm leads Varys, hands bound, down the beach.
I told you what would happen if you betrayed me.
You did.
Lord Varys, I, Daenerys of House Targaryen, first of my name, breaker of chains and dragons, sentence you to die.
Wow. Did he just do what I think he did? Fuck that script? Because he did not like what he just read? Wow. And look at the, I'm guessing a lot of writers or the producers, whatever. Wow.
Dracarys.
Drogon spews fire on him, but we don't watch our old friend burn. Instead, we see the reactions of those who knew him. Tyrion is heartbroken. Jon is disturbed.
Wow.
Grey Worm sees this as the just execution of a traitor.
Did she sound like someone who's done fighting? She's a conqueror. She liberated the people of Slaver's Bay. She liberated the people of King's Landing.
They are all
Our queen's
close.
nature is fire and blood.
Tyrion.
Standing before the Iron Throne, Dany steps forward and kisses the man she loves. A perfect kiss. Their eyes closed, his hand behind her head, her hand on his cheek. Dany's eyes open suddenly as she draws a sharp breath. Jon's eyes open as well, already filling with tears. For a moment, neither moves, as if moving will make this real. We see Jon with his hand still
Look
on
at
the
him.
hilt of the dagger he just lodged in Dany's heart.
Look at him.
Her strength leaves her and she collapses to the marble. He keeps her in his arms and she falls.
Oh my God, look at her. She's so cute. Wow, look how emotional Jon is. You know, it's crazy because he put so much into that role. And I know that was hard for him to read that. Well, someone else is reading it. For him to hear that he's going to kill off Daenerys' character. And wow, look at her. She's just so cute and adorable. But wow, it really got to him. I mean, it's just a show, but you can see, like, he really gave it all in Game of Thrones. That's why this is one of the best shows ever made, because their emotion is so into their character. Wow, look at Arya. She can't believe it.
Kneeling down to the floor beside her. He looks down at what he's done, terrible
Look at him.
and necessary. End of Game of Thrones.
He's crying. Look at him. He's crying. Wow. I know that was hard to hear that end of Game of Thrones. Wow. I was not expecting that. Look at him.
Sadder than I thought. I mean, you suddenly realize you're not going to see a lot of your family. I guess we feel like Jon Snow. So.
Wow.
If you could just...
I'm sorry. Wow. It looked like I'm gonna have to throw my DVDs in and start all over again from the very first episode of season 1. And it'll be like my 5th time starting over. But that's how huge fan I have become. And I hope House of Dragon delivers. I hope it don't be a big disappointment. And I hope the actors and actresses who are portraying those roles give it all they got. Put their heart and soul into the role. But hit me up in the comments and let me know what y'all think of their reaction and what was your favorite part of the final table read. And as always, thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, peace, love, and deuces.